Hey there, 7th graders. Welcome to your explainer for the year. Get ready because this isn't just a boring syllabus reading. We're going to use this time as a roadmap for the whole year ahead, uncovering the completely dramatic, sometimes messy story of the United States. Let's just dive right in.
So look at this question. Why do people rebel? And how do societies define rights? That right there, that's the essential question driving our entire exploration. Because, history isn't just some dusty list of dates you have to memorize. It's an ongoing, super intense series of debates, struggles, and compromises, mostly made by totally ordinary people that literally shaped the modern world we live in today. Okay, here's our agenda for today's explainer. First, we'll hit the course roadmap. Second, Unit 2, Rebellion and Rights. Third, Unit 3, Forging an Identity. And finally, we'll wrap up with your mission as historians. Starting off with Part 1, the course roadmap, from colonization to a new century. So in the first half of your year, we're going to chart an incredible progression. You'll start way back with early colonization and the tragic origins of transatlantic slavery. Then, we push right through the revolution, and you get to witness the formation of a brand new American identity. But spoiler alert, that unity fractures pretty quickly. It pulls you straight into the really profound sectional conflicts of the Civil War, Reconstruction, and then right into rapid industrialization. And then, the second half of your course really shifts into high gear on the global stage. We'll navigate the dizzying highs of the Jazz Age, the devastating lows of the Great Depression, and of course, the global catastrophe of World War II. From there, it's basically a whirlwind through Cold War politics, the massive civil rights protests of the 1960s, and the huge technological leaps that carried America into a brand new century. Moving on to Part 2, Unit 2, Rebellion and Rights. In this unit, you're going to tackle a massive question head on. Seriously, why do people rebel? We're not just going to view the American Revolution as some inevitable victory. Instead, you'll uncover the really complex causes that pushed everyday colonists to commit what was literally outright treason against the most powerful empire on Earth. And remember, they knew for a fact that failure meant the gallows. Well, to understand that rebellion, we have to look at the absolute core of the fight, which comes down to two words: taxation and representation. You'll basically act as historical detectives here. You'll analyze foundational documents like the Declaration of Independence to see exactly how these colonists cried foul over paying taxes without actually having a voice in the room. But, the story definitely doesn't end just because they won a war. Forming a new government was a totally grueling, sweltering process full of compromises. You will objectively evaluate how the founders navigated incredibly deep divides. We're talking specifically about the profound and highly consequential compromises regarding slavery that were hardwired right into the nation's founding framework. So, by the end of this unit, you won't just be memorizing a bunch of random facts. You are going to master the toolkit to explain causes, analyze primary sources firsthand, compare those fierce constitutional debates, and critically evaluate historical compromises and their massive long-term ripple effects. All right, let's look at Part 3, Unit 3, Forging an Identity. Think about this. How did the United States figure out who it was while expanding and dividing at the exact same time? That is the core puzzle of Unit 3. As the physical borders of the country exploded westward, the intense friction between wanting national unity and having deep regional loyalty really threatened to tear the whole thing apart. You'll be looking super closely at the nation's very first heavyweight political rivalry, the Federalists and the Republicans. You'll contrast the unifying force of nationalism, which is that desire for a single, cohesive American identity, against the dividing force of sectionalism. That's where people felt way more loyalty to their specific region, like the North or the South, than they actually felt to the flag itself. During these 4 weeks, you'll examine some truly massive historical shifts. You'll trace the rapid physical growth of the nation through westward expansion, and you'll critically evaluate the whole concept of manifest destiny. But, physical growth isn't everything. Right alongside it, you'll analyze these really passionate social and reform movements, where everyday citizens thought to define what American society should actually look like. And finally, Part 4, your mission as historians. Listen, you are not just a passive observer in this class. You are actively practicing the historical method. Step 1, you crack open the root causes of events. Step 2, you analyze primary documents to hear the raw, completely unfiltered voices of the past. And Step 3, you evaluate the real-world consequences of those choices. Honestly, this is how you build the mental muscles of a real critical thinker. By understanding all these past compromises, the fierce debates over rights, and the endless struggle to define a nation, you gain the ultimate toolkit to actually understand the present. So, my final question for you is this. Armed with this historical method, how will you participate in shaping our American identity today? Enjoy the incredible journey ahead this year, historians.